Jehovah's covenant with the Israelites at Mount Sinai. 2 months after crossing the Red Sea, the Israelites arrived at Mount Sinai. There, Jehovah made a special agreement with them, promising to be their God. He protected them, provided for their needs with manna for food, clothing that never wore out, and a safe place to live. If you are a parent, help your child understand why Jehovah gave the Israelites the law, the tabernacle, and the priesthood. These things help them to understand how to worship Jehovah and to live according to His standards. Emphasize the importance of keeping your promises to Jehovah, remaining humble, and always being loyal to Him. Keeping your promises to Jehovah is crucial. Pride, selfishness, and rebellion always lead to negative consequences. Jehovah was patient with the Israelites and continued to care for them even when they were unfaithful. About 2 months after leaving Egypt, the Israelites arrived at Mount Sinai and set up camp. Jehovah called to Moses, who went up on the mountain and told him, "I saved the Israelites. If they obey me and keep my laws, they will become my special people." Moses went back down and told the Israelites what Jehovah had said. How did they respond? They answered, "We will do everything Jehovah tells us to do." Moses went up the mountain again. There, Jehovah said, "In 3 days I will speak to you. Warn the people not to try to come up to Mount Sinai." Exodus 19:9-11. Moses went down and told the Israelites to get ready to hear from Jehovah. 3 days later, the Israelites saw lightning and a dark cloud on the mountain. They also heard loud thunder and the sound of a horn. Then Jehovah came down on the mountain in fire. The Israelites were so afraid that they trembled. The whole mountain shook violently and was covered in smoke. The sound of the horn got louder and louder, and then God said, "I am Jehovah. You must not worship any other gods." Exodus 19:16, 18:20, 1-2. Moses went back up on the mountain, and Jehovah gave him laws for the people about how they should worship him and how they should behave. Exodus 20:1-17. Moses wrote down the laws and then read them to the Israelites. They promised, "We will do everything Jehovah tells us to do." Exodus 24:3. Yes, they made a promise to God, but would they keep it? You must love Jehovah your God with your whole heart and with your whole soul and with your whole mind. Matthew 22:37. What happened at Mount Sinai? The Israelites arrived at Mount Sinai. Jehovah made a covenant with them to be their God if they obeyed His laws. Jehovah gave the Israelites the 10 Commandments and other laws. The Israelites promised to obey Jehovah. What did the Israelites promise to do? They promised to obey all of Jehovah's laws and commandments. Jehovah told Moses, "Come up to me on the mountain. I will write my laws on stone tablets and give them to you." Exodus 24:12-18. Moses climbed the mountain and stayed there for 40 days and nights. While he was there, Jehovah wrote the 10 Commandments on 2 stone tablets and gave them to Moses. After some time, the Israelites, impatient and missing Moses' leadership, turned to Aaron. They said, "We want someone to lead us. Make a god for us." Exodus 32:1. Aaron, succumbing to their demands, said, "Give me your gold." He melted the gold and made a statue of a calf. The people exclaimed, "This calf is our God who led us out of Egypt." Exodus 32:4. They began to worship the golden calf and celebrate. This was a grave sin, as they had promised to worship only Jehovah. Jehovah saw what was happening and told Moses, "Go down to the people. They are disobeying me and worshiping a false god." Exodus 32:7. Moses went down the mountain, carrying the 2 tablets. As he came close to the camp, he heard the people singing and witnessed them dancing and bowing down to the calf. Exodus 32:17-19. Moses was furious. He threw the 2 tablets to the ground, shattering them. He then destroyed the golden calf. Exodus 32:19. He confronted Aaron, asking, "How could you allow the people to do this terrible thing?" Aaron, attempting to justify his actions, replied, "Don't be angry. You know how these people are. They wanted a god, so I threw their gold into the fire, and this calf came out." Exodus 32:21-24. Aaron's excuse was insufficient. Moses went back up the mountain and pleaded with Jehovah to forgive the people. Jehovah, in his mercy, forgave those who were truly repentant. This event underscores the importance of following Moses' leadership and remaining faithful to Jehovah. Whenever you make a vow to God, do not delay to pay it, for he finds no pleasure in the stupid ones. What you vow, pay. Ecclesiastes 5:4. What did the Israelites do while Moses was away? They grew impatient and demanded that Aaron make them a god. They worshipped the golden calf, breaking their promise to Jehovah. What did Moses do when he came back? He was angry and shattered the stone tablets. He destroyed the golden calf. He pleaded with Jehovah to forgive the people. Subscribe so you don't miss these stories in future videos. Leave us a like to encourage us to continue.